summer's day in Shepherdstown. An eagle in a thermal is a circling round like a tire on a bike rolling down Columbus Street. But Katie got a little look of hope in her eyes, and her arms unfold as she looked to the skies and said, I'm gonna learn to fly around with you, yeah.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Knitting on the Fly. I'm Katie, your host, and this is episode 38. It is a overcast Sunday, December 4th, 2011 in Maine, and football's on. Actually, my Vikings are playing right now, and in spite of it being Sunday, I decided to rock my World War II Hawaiian shirt instead of my Vikings t-shirt today. But anyway, I was feeling festive. I gotta pull up my notes. But, yeah, so welcome to another episode. It is December. Pretty sure I started this podcast in January last year. I'm gonna have to look, but we're coming up on February. I don't remember. I guess I'll have to look. But yeah, so I guess we might be coming up on a year. Holy cow, huh? I made all my show notes and then didn't pull them up before I started talking. There we go. Sorry, just takes me. Okay, sorry. Had to fix some technical issues there for a second. Christmas time is here. That's the title. And that comes from the Charlie Brown Christmas when they're Christmas time is here. I love Christmas shows. They make me happy. I'd watch them year round if they put them on. Like when they play Home Alone in June, I watch it. Anyway, besides that, welcome to the show. Jet setting is our first clue. The only jet setting I did is I went, I'd like to say north, but I went up east, because it's actually east more than it's north. Slightly north, but not much off of east. To see my honey this week. We had a trip canceled and then came back up, but a different pilot did it because of scheduling. It wasn't safe for the crews to go back to back, so we had to split up the two of us and get relief pilots for the other trip. Long story. But anyway, I ended up not having to work Thursday, so Tuesday I headed up to see my honey, and I spent Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday with him, and I came home Thursday morning, and then worked on Friday, and then I got a bunch of stuff done around the house yesterday. I meant to podcast yesterday, it just didn't happen. So, it happens. What are you going to do? But that's it. I went to Martin's while I was up there and got a few more, we get these great packs of needles for my sewing machine for 39 cents, and they're awesome. And I change my needles often. Gigi on the Knitmore Girls, so you should change your needle a lot. So if I'm ever running into any snags, if you will, I change my needle, and oddly enough, it helps quite a bit. Imagine, it's amazing that you punch that many holes through stuff, and it's fine. So, that it wears it down so quick. So, maybe it's just because I'm using cheap needles, but at 40 cents for a pack of 4, I'm not too concerned about it. I've got a whole stockpile here. And I always look for off the beaten trail crafty things when I'm there, because they've got a lot of yarn I've never heard of. So I always look for little tokens and stuff that might be cool, but not very often do I actually find them. En route. So this week en route, I actually made some progress on some stuff. I only did a few rounds. This is size 1s, I believe. You can check the link, it's in the show notes. This is still the Interrupting Cow socks. Someday I will finish these. Those are the Interrupting Cow socks on size 1s, which I don't have my thing, so I don't know what that is metric. I'm going to try to be better about that, but I make no promises. And then this is my third Scathachus hat. I actually finished this while I was up at my honey's while he was at work. I need to make this into a headband, but I Kitchener it, and I didn't have a needle with me to Kitchener. So that's just waiting for that, and then I'll pick up the stitches around the edge and then knit the hat up. And I think I'm actually going to pick up all the stitches and then double it, like increase every stitch on the next row. Because when I made mine out of Malabrigo, it's a beanie, which is fine, because that's what I wanted actually the first time. So I've got a slouchy version, and now I've got a beanie version, but she wants a slouchy version. So I'm going to add... Hi, go kitty! She just shoved the door open because football's on out in the living room. It's the Patriots. So I think I'm going to double the stitches so it makes it good and slouchy, because she's definitely the slouchy hat style kind of lady. So, that's what I'll do with that. And then I worked on my Vesper Smoke in the Water stockinette. Sorry about that. I love when games give me obnoxious. I usually just mute it. But those are stripy socks, Smoke in the Water by Vesper, and those will be a true afterthought. So I'm just going to find a spot and see if I can find a YouTube video and pretty much do like you would if you put in waste yarn, but just clip, and as I unwind it, just slide my needles in. We'll see how it works. I don't even know if that's how you do it. I guess we'll find out. And then this one on the needles, this should have been my takeoff because last week, because I made Jeremy's sock for Christmas, and I started mine. So here's mine. It's coming along very nicely. It's still a little bit puckery, but you know what? For my first 2 projects, I'm really liking how they're turning out. I'm still trying to get the feel of holding 2 yarns, but the floats are nice. I keep them very well tucked in, so I think that's helping me because it helps pull the yarn along when you tuck them in. So that's going really well. I'm really liking it. It's turning out very nice. So all I have to do is finish just another about this much of this snowflake pattern. Then I go into the big red part, and then the heel, and then into the toe. So that should go very quickly. The only thing that landed isn't actually knitting related. It's my tree skirt. I finally finished our tree skirt. I finished it last year almost. I had no idea how to do binding. So when I cut the circle for the tree skirt and cut the middle out, I just zigzag stitched around the edge. So we can have it under the tree. But I went and got binding yesterday. I actually had binding, but it's like a 4.5 foot tree skirt. And I didn't buy enough binding, so I finished almost all of it. Had to go back, buy one more package. Came back, finished the binding. It's now under the tree, and I didn't bring it out. So if I remember next week, I will do that. But that is actually the only thing that's landed. I'm still hoping to do a shawl. I've got a couple bagged up. Hold on. I've got this one, which is going to be a lot of the simple shawl. And this is out of Cherry Blossom that I spun, my own hand spun. Or I've got this blue that I won in a contest. And this is Wendy's shawl, I think. This is a Tracy shawl by Wendy Knits. So if anybody has any opinions, pink or blue, oddly enough, let me know. That probably won't get started for a little bit because I still got to figure out what I'm going to make my cousin for a wedding. But that's what keeps popping up that I'd like to try as another shawl. So I finished one. Maybe I can finish another one. Let's see. Ground stop. The only thing that held me up is when I was up visiting Honey, I worked on that, the stocking I started and only got to here because I couldn't find the charts for the letters. And I knew I could make up my own, but I wanted ours to look the same, so I wanted to use the same letter charts. And I couldn't find them anywhere, and I knew they were on my computer, which was here at home. And so I just decided to wait. So this got stalled out at here. Like, this part was done. And then the hat got stalled out because I didn't have a needle, so I worked on my stockinette. But, so those couple things probably would have got a couple more hours worth of work, but what are you going to do? Holding, I haven't done any. I haven't done any. No holding. 0. I did that little bit, like, you know, one little thing of it to show my mom and grandparents about spinning, but that's it. A friend of mine, Tina, she just got her Sidekick, which I don't know why you need a Sidekick. You've already got like 87 wheels, but you have like 8,000 pounds of fiber, so I guess you probably should have lots of wheels so you can spin it all up. Glutton. She went down to the Spunky Eclectic. Her brick and mortar store had a sale on Saturday, so she went down and scored herself a Sidekick, and it's with all the podcasters getting them all of a sudden. There's been like this rash of podcaster Sidekick mania, so the Sidekick's the only wheel I own, so I don't know, maybe someday I'll get a non-Sidekick wheel, but we'll see. I'm pretty happy with mine right now. Plus, I can't imagine spending a large amount of money for another wheel right now. I've only had mine for 6 months. Okay, that's it for knitting, really. The rest is all reservations. The first one I would like to mention is Desert Vista Dye Works. Susan and Savannah over there have a great coupon up on for their website right now. Any purchases made until the 15th get a 15% discount. So you go to Desert Vista Skyworks. Desert Vista Dye Works, and that is linked in the show notes. But those of you not watching on the blog, it's an Artfire shop. So it's it's artfire.com/ext/shop/studio/Desert Vista Dye Works. If you search Desert Vista Dye Works, DYEWORKS, Artfire, it'll pop up, right? It's the first one. So if you don't, or you just go to the show notes, which is knittingonthefly.blogspot.com. She is donating $2 for each item you purchase to a wildlife refuge, which is really awesome, in honor of the DEW Wildlife Kingdom, which actually is going to be mentioned in Specialty Far. So I will leave that for just another second. So go check our website out. It's good for the next 11 days till the 15th. Go do some Christmas shopping, get a nice discount, and this is her stuff. Where is it? Right here. This is her stuff. It's very squishy, it's very full, it's very nicely dyed. I don't know if you can see that. But anyway, that's her, that's hers. So that is going to be a shawl. That might be, I don't think it's long enough for a citron, but it will be a shawl nonetheless. So the coupon code is KOTF, Knitting on the Fly 15. So go check her out. And the next thing I want to bring up is the Calendar of Hope. I've also got that linked in the show notes. Cindy Moore, who is Fitter Knitter on Ravelry, asked me if I would mention it. She is a breast cancer survivor, and the Calendar of Hope is a fundraiser done every year to raise money for the Army of Women. So everything that is received, minus the PayPal fees, goes to the Army of Women, which is a research foundation that is trying to figure out what the correlation is of women who get breast cancer. Is it how they work, how they eat, how they live, where they live? They're trying to look at every possible range of who gets breast cancer and why. So they are doing that. You get 13 patterns for dishcloths and towels for $18, and like I said, all of that minus the PayPal fees is given to the Army of Women. And if you go to fitterknitter.com, FITTERKNITTER.com, she has all the information there. So you can you can read more about Cindy and her story, and they've been doing this, I think this is their 4th year. So they have been a busy bunch of knitters over there. All the outside decorations are up at the house. We might do a little tweaking of our Santa in an airplane on our little shed roof. But I decorated the deck, and I did buy a few more lights, so maybe a window will get done, or maybe the doorway will get done. So maybe it's not quite done, but it's mostly done. The candy canes are hung up outside, and the icicle lights are hung up, and yay. So, that is good. And I'm really having the urge to bake like crazy. I have all kinds of Christmas stuff I want to make, but I just can't. I can't have it in the house for the whole month, so I'm going to bake right before Christmas, and that's it. It's all going to go away. Can't have it in the house for a month. It's insane. It's insane. Someone asked about the 500 game that I talked about last week that I played with my family. That is also linked in the show notes. I actually think it's a Wikipedia, but it's the closest to what we play. The only thing that we also do, we put 5 in the kitty, which is like, some people call it the widow hand. Each player gets 10, and then there's 5 into the kitty, and then whoever wins the bid for Trump and how many tricks gets that and can either keep some or all. You get to put them in your hand, and then you have to discard 5. So you can use that for short suiting yourself, and hopefully you get some stuff that'll help the Trump you have. So the other thing that I didn't see on there that maybe I just missed, it could be there's a bunch of variations towards the bottom. What we also do is the jack of the same color is also a trump card. So like, let's say it's spades, and so the joker is the highest. That takes any trick no matter what hand it is. The next highest of all the cards would be the jack of spades. and then it's the Jack of Clubs, and then it's Ace, King, Queen, 10, blah, 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 all the way down to the 4s. You take the 2s and the 3s out, and you only put one joker in the deck. So I can't remember what they call it. I can't remember what the other joker, or the other Jack is. There's a name for it. Anyway, we're trying to find it, and you may see another clip where I pop back in and actually tell you what it is, but it's just a nickname for it. It's like calling the kitty, it's just a nickname for it, but it's the other Jack of the same color. So if the suit is diamonds, then the Jack of Hearts would be the next highest after the Jack of Diamonds, Jack of Hearts, and then Ace, King, Queen, Jack 10. And that's it. So I did see a variation for a two-handed game. So, honey, you might get to play two-handed 500! Which would be really cool, because it was really fun, and the game can change in the blink of an eye. So, go check that out. I know there's a few of you that asked. I know some of you actually do play 500. I think Debbie Lynn from Michigan was going to add that to their repertoire because they have a game collection, which I grew up having a game collection. I've got a very small one right now, but I would like to build that back up. I've got a lot of card games. I've got Phase 10. I've got like 8 apparently sets of Skip Bo. And Skip-Bo, we've got Jenga, we've got I've got Aviation Monopoly, because I'm a nerd, and
Left Bower.
the Left Bower, that's what it is. Thank you! Got my assist coming from the other room. It's the Left Bower. I don't know why they call it that. That's just what they call it. I don't know. So it's the Left Bower. That's the, Joker, Ace of Spades, or, I'm sorry, no. Jack of Spades, Jack of Clubs is the Left Bower. And that also counts as a spade. So that's one thing that kept throwing me off is they would throw the jack and they'd throw a club. But it's not a club. I gotta play spades if I have them. So, anyway, thank you for the assist. And, yeah, so go check it out. It's a little confusing at first, but it's really a fun game. There's a lot of strategy once you play a lot, which my grandparents play every week and they have for 5 years. And they were so much fun to play with because they just taught you they taught you the strategy and why. So, I kept doing something because they said it was the right way to do it, but I didn't get it, and I finally okay, why is this important? Why would I do that? Why wouldn't I just do this? And, there's good strategy on how to play the hand to take the most number of tricks, and so anyway, it's really fun. The scoring's down towards the bottom in a big chart, so you could print that off if you wanted to, but it's a really fun game, so you guys should try it. And then I went shopping this week at Wolf Farms, because I'd gotten a sample from her of lavender, and she had a great sale on. She had free shipping, plus everything was like 10 or 15 or 20% off. So all the stuff I got, I think I saved like 20s, like when you count in the shipping savings, I ended up saving like 25%, which is pretty awesome. So I got some orange citrus hand lotion, or hand soap, which is really good. It's very refreshing. I got cucumber melon, I got vanilla cream, I got apple crisp, and then my favorite is coming. It's the cherry almond. I'm a big fan of Jergens, which their original scent is cherry almond, and this is even better. I could eat this with a spoon if it wouldn't make me sick. They're all very awesome. They're all made, I think, with coconut oil. Sunflower seed oil. I guess it's sunflower. But anyway, it's sunflower seed oil. You guys, I just read the front. But anyway, it comes they come in 4 ounce and 8 ounce. I got 4 ounces, and with her awesome sale, it was just, I just couldn't. I just had to. So anyway, I got a coupon, and I got a sample of candy cane soap. It smells just like a candy cane. And I got some mints. And I got a magnet. I'm going to have my whole fridge covered in magnets pretty soon. So that was really nice, and they smell very good, and they're very moisturizing. They're not sticky. They don't feel tacky. It just soaks in, and you're good to go. Let's see. Before I go to Special T4, last thing I'm going to mention is the Amazon shopping. A few of you have done it, which is very much appreciated. If you go to the blog, knittingonthefly.blogspot.com, and you click on the Amazon banner, if you're going to do shopping through Amazon, if you click on the banner and go to Amazon and do all your shopping, I get a small percentage of what you spent. It doesn't cost you anything, but in a couple months I will get a deposit for that amount, and that will help with shipping and buying stuff for the podcast and for the monthly hosting fees and all that stuff. So those of you that went and bought Kindle Fires on Amazon and linked through me, that was awesome. And it was much appreciated. And it's great. It's fantastic. It's a super easy way to help out the podcast, and it doesn't cost you anything. You don't have to buy what's in the banner. The banner at the top just takes you to the Amazon front homepage. If you scroll down to the right, I've got a thing with my favorite things that I've bought on Amazon, and that'll take you to those products pages, but you don't have to buy that product. It's just the link to get you to Amazon. So if you're doing some Christmas shopping anyway and want a easy, simple way to help out the cost for this, that'd be great. If not, don't worry about it. No harm, it's all up to you. But if you do go over there, and for those of you that have gone over there and bought all your Kindle stuff, it is much appreciated, and thank you very much. Special TFR. My favorite things this week are Christmas movies and shows. I've seen The Grinch. I've seen When Christmas Comes to Town. I've seen The Santa Claus has been on TV. The Home Alones have been on TV. Charlie Brown Thanksgiving was on. I'm sure the Charlie Brown Christmas is coming up. I love all that stuff. If I owned them all on DVD, I'd probably play them all year round. I watch The Polar Express at least once when it's not Christmas. Maybe twice. I don't know. But I love them. And my last thing this week, everybody, a big thank you goes out. I got a wonderful package from Michelle. And I can't remember what your ravel name is. Knit a Little, I think, is your ravel name. But she sent a box from Texas with towels for the Animal Kingdom. I had put a shout out a few weeks ago, well, it's probably been a month now, for donations of towels and stuff for the DEW Animal Kingdom. So this is what I got. I got 13 towels in this huge box. And some are hand towels, some are big towels, but I got a box with 13 towels. And I'm going to reimburse her the shipping. I can't get towels for that cheap. So that was really cool. So we're going to take those up there, and I'm sure they will absolutely love them. So the other thing I got, she sent me some goodies, is, oh, it doesn't have to go on my longer, these are my super short tiny needles. And I don't have my other longer needles here, so I'm going to have to just show you on a crochet hook. They're double point protectors. I got my little bitty set. So anyway, I got double point protectors, DPN protectors, which is awesome because I hate when they just flop around in my knitting bag. And then she sent me, it's called Primula tea. It's green tea with fresh jasmine. And when I put it in a big thing of water, it's going to bloom up like that. This little bitty thing, that little bitty green ball, is going to bloom up like that and be tea. So I got to save that for a time when I'm going to have lots of company. So I can brew up lots of tea. Because they said you can reuse it 3 times in 24 hours. So that's like 15 cups of tea. I can't drink that much by myself. And then she made me a headband. Isn't that nice? Plenty cold up here. And then she made me this. It's a bangle bag. So you put like a sock project in there. We'll start there. And it's got some little bangles. And then stuffed in there was Earl Grey, chai, and some Good Earth tea. All the rest of it is already in my tea drawer, but that was stuffed to the brim. And then this, super cute. Super cute. I don't know if you can read that, but it says, in case of emergency, break glass. And it's a little skein of yarn and two little knitting needles. So, for those of you crafty types, which obviously we all are, check it out. It's pretty cute. So that is going to go on my tree as soon as this is done. And, yeah. Oh, and she sent me some Mexican candies, which I'm doing a no sugar thing right now. So those are in my snack drawer to try later. But they look very interesting. They're like spicy fruit candies. So I will have to sample those when it gets a little closer to Christmas time. But that's it this week. I'm gonna try to finish the stocking very, very soon so we can go over the mantle. And my Christmas shopping is almost done for my honey, and I haven't even, my mom is done. I have no idea what I'm going to do for my dad and my siblings. The siblings haven't even decided if we're going to exchange gifts or if we're just going to call it good. I don't know. Everyone's super busy right now, so I'm not sure what's going to happen. So anyway, I hope you guys have a great week. That's all I got for you. Have a good prep for the holiday season. Don't make yourself stressed. It's not what the holidays are about. If you're making yourself stressed, you're working too hard. Back it down. Keep it simple. Enjoy yourself and take care. Have a good week.